In this video, let's look at how to find the variance and standard deviation of a data set in the calculator. And we're actually going to use the exact same tool that we used before. That's the 1VARSTATS tool. And you should use this tool throughout this entire course whenever you're finding summary statistics like mean, median, variance, standard deviation. So example 1 says find the sample variance and the standard deviation for the following sample. Now, I should be clear here and say we're finding the sample variance and the sample standard deviation for this small data set. You can see that I've entered this data set into list 1, and I'm going to press Stat Calc to go to the 1VARSTATS tool. Next to list it says L1, that is the list where I've entered my data. Frequency list is blank. I'm going to go press Calculate, and when you look at this menu now, you'll observe that you've got your sample mean, you've got some other statistics in here. We do not see S squared. We do not see the sample variance, but we do see S, which is the symbol. It's actually SX in the calculator. This is the symbol for sample standard deviation. So let's note that our sample standard deviation is 1.927248223. And if I want to figure out the sample variance, all I need to do is square my S value. So my sample variance would be 1.927248223 squared. So let me quit out of this menu and calculate this. We'll say 1.927248223 squared. And we get an answer of 3.714285,713. It's only at this point that I round. If you rounded your sample standard deviation and then squared, your answer is going to be off a little bit, but these are unrounded values, and so now if homework was prompting you to round to 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places or 4 decimal places, you could do that. So to 4 decimal places, this one would be a sample variance of 3.7143, and the sample standard deviation would be 1.9272. Okay, let's take a look at another example. This one says find the population variance and standard deviation for the following population values. So again, to be clear, we're finding the population variance here and the population standard deviation. And this time, I've entered my data into list 2. So I've got 732,54963. And I'm going to press Stat, go over to Calc, 1VARSTATS, and I'm going to change this list to list 2, so that's second number 2. Frequency list is blank, and then we press Calculate. Once again, you see sample means, you see some other statistics. We do not see the population variance. We do not see sigma squared, which is the symbol for population variance. We do see sigma. It's actually sigma with the X after it. And let's note that our population standard deviation is 2.204399011. So if I want the population variance, that would be 2.204399011 squared. So again, let's quit out of this and do this calculation. So we have 2.204399, whoops, that should be 011 squared. And we get a population variance of 4.859375. And so, again, at this point, it's okay to round. And so we could say to 4 decimal places, this population variance would be 4.8594. Or to 4 decimal places, this population standard deviation would be 2.2044. One thing to pay close attention to in the homework is you may be asked for a variance first, or you may be asked for a standard deviation first. Now, we need to note that the value that we're getting from the calculator is the standard deviation, and we are squaring our standard deviations to arrive at the corresponding variances. And so make sure that you're entering these numbers in the right spot in the homework. One other final thing here, my calculator setup when I did one variable stats brought me to that nice menu where it prompted me for the list, frequency list, and then said calculate. Some of you would have to, in your older setups, you would need to say 1VARSTATS, and then you would need to enter L1 immediately after that 1VARSTATS or one variable stats. Or in this case, it would have been 1VARSTATS, and then you would have entered L2 immediately after that. So if you have that older setup, make sure you do communicate with the calculator the list that you do want the calculator to look at. Okay, I hope this helps.